Hi, this is Karen Fomafung, your Agile Evangelist, and welcome back to my channel. So, we are going to be talking about a very controversial topic today, and I am so excited about it. So, our topic for today is, should bugs be estimated? Should Scrum teams estimate bugs? What do you think? As usual, leverage the comment section as I share my own thoughts around this topic. Please, I'm not saying that it is the fixed and final, or what I'm saying is set on stone and it's the gospel, how it should be. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm only saying it with respect to the result that I have gotten as a result of implementing my own strategy. So, I am also very open to hearing what you think. Please use the comment section, share your own opinion, and so that we all can continuously expand our thoughts and expand this agile space. Now, let's get straight into our topic. Before we do that, if this is your first time here, you're very welcome. Here we talk about agile, project management, specifically Scrum Mastering, product development, the agile mindsets, the agile ways of living, and the beautiful agile ways of working, so that you stay in sync with what we do here on a weekly basis. Please turn on that subscription button down below and the notification bell so you will never miss any of our content. And for our returning subscriber and viewers, we love you, you're appreciated, and thank you for being a part of our little agile village. Now let's go straight into the topic. Should bugs be estimated? Well, this topic has been discussed in many communities of practice, in the organization, by teams, and yet it still stays highly controversial. I hear some people say that bugs should be estimated, and their justification for that is, well, the team is spending time to do the work, to resolve the bugs. So who is accounting for that capacity? They have to account for the capacity that they are spending on doing the work. And other people would say that, well, they are spending time and effort to do this work, so they need to claim some credit for it. And that is why they would put some story pointing on it, you see. So those are all, their own opinion, which it's okay. Now, if you ask me, I wouldn't estimate bugs. I wouldn't. And this is my reason why bugs should not be estimated or pointed. Bugs should not be pointed. And my reason for that is because, where does this bugs even come from? Remember that bugs is usually generated from user stories, from something that didn't go the way it was supposed to go. Right? So you've done a user story, and for some reason bugs are caught and it's sent back to the team for rework. And remember that the user story was originally estimated, right? It was already estimated or story pointed, and now it's been worked, it's been sent out, and then it returns back to the team for rework. And on the other hand, remember, what is story pointing? Story pointing is simply the estimated measure of value to be delivered to the customers, right? And the user stories have already been estimated. Then this box that you're fixing has already been estimated as part of that user story that the bug is being generated from. You see, so it means that you are double estimating the work. If that's what you're doing, if you choose to estimate bugs, you're double estimating the work. And secondly, what value does this bring to the customers directly? What real value does this bring to the customers? Because users story pointing, like I said, is just a measure of value to be delivered to the customers, and which is captured in the user stories. So this box, you are just fixing what you didn't do very well. You see, so if you're estimating this box and claiming credit for it, and then who is paying for that? Who is paying for that? That's the question. So one of the other reasons why I will not estimate bugs is because this is a mindset thing. It's a behavioral thing. That's how I see it. Come to think of it, you're cooking, right? You're cooking in your kitchen and you're progressing. At the end of your whole cooking thing, you don't bother to clean up your kitchen. You don't bother to do anything because you think that, because you know that, oh, maybe you have another person that is assigned to clean up the kitchen. So you will not care on how messed up the kitchen is going to be. You will just mess up everything and leave it there because you know it's not going to be yours to clean. You see, it's the same approach or the same analogy I'm applying here. When team members are working on a user story, just the thought of them knowing that if the work is not done in high quality, it's going to come back to them as rework, and they will be the one to pay for that. Nobody is paying for that. You see, that alone will change their behavior. It will influence their behavior to ensure that they are delivering quality, to ensure that they are taking all the precautions. They are not skipping steps, you see. And with that, it will reduce the bugs. It will reduce the number of bugs that the teams may be getting, you see. So instead of sitting there and worrying on how you should be managing bugs, which estimating it is just part of managing it, why don't you look for a way to eradicate the bugs or remove them completely, you see? So team members having it at the back of their mind that, okay, whatever the outcome of this user story would be, it's gonna be on me as a team. You see, they would pay attention to ensure that they are not skipping steps. They are taking their time and delivering high quality value so that they would not have bugs to rework on. You see, so I do not think bugs should be estimated because the estimate of that work has already been captured in the original user story. So bugs should not be estimated. It means that you're estimating that particular user story twice, which was just a mistake you made because for whatever cause that was, but that has already been captured in the original user story. And you re-estimating that bug, you are double estimating that work. That's just what you are saying, you see. All right, I'm just going to use another analogy on something that happened to me just a few days ago. So my car had an issue and I went to the car technician to check my car and do whatever fixes they had to do. So they charged me over $1,300 for the car to be fixed. And they said, oh, whatever they have to put in it is expensive. And then with the labor cost, which was okay, I made the payment and they said the car has been fixed. I brought the car home and now I'm driving the car 2 days after. I realized that it still had the same problem. It had the same exact problem. So I had to take the car back. And when I went back to the car technician, they had to still do it again. They had to rework it. They fixed it. And now, come to think of it, are you saying that, okay, if story pointing is a measure of value to be delivered to the customers, are you saying that this rework that was done was an additional value delivered to me, the customer? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, then yes, you should have a point that bugs should be estimated. But if no additional value was delivered to me, rather I was disappointed because I had to go back there, and my car didn't do what it was supposed to do, and they first of all charged me very expensive. So I was disappointed, and I swore that I would never go back to them again for anything else. After that, I will not use them, and that's already negative feedback going out there, and it would affect their business. So if so now that I took the car back to their place and they had to rework it, so if they are still estimating this work, putting in story points and all of that, I'm not getting any additional value from the rework they are doing. No, they are just fixing what they didn't do very well originally, you see. So they are paying for that, not me. They are paying for the rework, not me. So that is the reason. That's just exactly in the same light in this whole agile space. That's exactly the reason why you should not be estimating bugs. Just knowing that if you don't do this in high quality, you will be the one to pay for it. It's going to come back to you. It's going to influence your behavior as a team to ensure that you're taking your time and you're delivering the best quality that you can to your customers. Well, If it's a situation where, again, just to be very realistic, if it's a situation where the product itself is highly complex, right? It's highly complex, and then as a team you've had a conversation that, okay, as we discover, we find out new things, and it's gonna be that complex, and bugs may happen, right? And in that case, yes, when these things happen, I wouldn't even call those things bugs. I would call them anomalies. Again, that's a topic for another day. Those ones are anomaly, and it's okay. In that case, it's maybe okay to estimate anomaly. But if they are bugs, I wouldn't estimate bugs. How do I address bugs? The way I would address bugs is, when I get bugs, again, putting in all my best, and I get whatever bugs I'm getting. So the way I would handle bugs is, as a Scrum Master, during our planning phase, I'm encouraging my team to reserve 10% of their capacity. An average of 10%. It may range between 10% and 15%, depending on the complexity of their work. So they would reserve about 10% of their capacity. And when they get bugs and other things, unknowns, they should use that time out of the 10% of that reserve capacity to resolve that. And I would rather track the time, the effort spent in finishing this box, or in fixing the box. That's what I'm going to be tracking. I'm going to be tracking the effort spent on fixing the box. And there is a reason why I'm tracking that. The reason why I'm tracking the effort spent on fixing the box is so that as a team, we can clearly see the amount of effort that is going towards bug fixes, instead of doing new work, instead of creating new functionalities. With that, we have a conversation around how can we be better? How can we improve our work so that we don't have to spend all this amount of time just for bug fixes and not doing real work? You see, so that is the only reason why I would track capacity on bugs. Not so that the team can show that, yes, we have been spending our time on this bug, so we have good justifications why we've not create new functionalities. No, that wouldn't be the reason why I'm doing that, because that's what teams do. That's what I've noticed on teams. They want to claim credit and justify their time spent on other things. You see, I wouldn't do that. So to round this topic up, the easiest way I like to look at this thing and to explain it to my mentees or my students is, come to think of it, imagine that in an entire sprint, right? You didn't work on nothing else as a Scrum team but bug fixes. The only thing you worked on that entire sprint was bug fixes. Are you going to be saying that you're able to deliver some value? Are you going to say that, oh, you delivered 30 story points when you know that you did not create any new functionality? No, of course. You will not be claiming any credit for it. If 100% what you did was just bug fixes, your velocity is going to be 0 in that sprint. That's just the honest truth. Your velocity is going to be 0. So that alone tells you that as a team, you have to do better. You have to do better. Again, that's my own opinion. And as always, I'm very open to hearing what you think. Please leverage the comment section and drop your thoughts, drop your opinion, drop your own experiences, so that we all can continuously learn and adapt in this beautiful agile journey. Thank you so much, and hope to talk to you next time. Bye.